Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be, no surprise, a natural everyday makeup look. I know that I've done like a million natural looks, but I feel like this is something that you guys still want to see all the time. And obviously my routine changes very often, so it's kind of nice to refresh it. This is what I do every day. I'll walk you through the steps so you guys can see it. I did cut bangs, BT dubs. Do we like it? I feel like it definitely frames my face, so I personally like it, but yeah, let me know. I always ask on stories and everyone's like, don't cut it. And this time I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it because I really want it. So yeah. The bangs are here to stay. Before we get started, I do want to say that if you guys don't know, I am a YSL Beauty ambassador, and I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing their new YSL Beauty Touche Éclat High Cover Concealer. So obviously there's two of these guys. The original formula is lighter, it's great for highlighting. So this is just like a really great effortless product that you can use every day. And so they added something a little bit more full coverage. That way you can hide your under eye circles or imperfections, and you'll see me use both, mixing it up today so you guys can see kind of like why they're different and how you can use them. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started with this video. I personally like to always start with my base. I know some people like to do their eyes first, but for the most part, I feel like if I don't have a good base, I just don't feel good about anything, so I rather get that over with and then move on to the eyes. I'm gonna start with my concealer because lately, once I have my concealer on, sometimes I don't even feel like wearing a foundation, so I kind of like to see how it goes. Right now my skin is acting a little crazy, so I might wear a little bit of foundation because I've got some spots and stuff. I actually went and got a facial yesterday, and I needed it so bad. So my skin's looking clean and fresh, but still has the breakouts that she got rid of. So anyway, I'm going to start with my YSL Touche Éclat High Cover Concealer, and I like to wear this mainly under my eyes and then wherever I have imperfections to really cover it up. I'm just going to click away and start to conceal. So again, I like to first apply this wherever I have some imperfections. Because this has high coverage, I like to just pinpoint conceal with this, and it does such an amazing job covering it while still looking natural and skin-like. I'm also going to apply this under my eyes. The formula is so nice and lightweight. It's very comfortable on the skin. This has caffeine in the ingredients, so it's actually great for depuffing. So if you feel like your under eyes are kind of like puffy or swollen, that will definitely help. So once I have this on, I mean, you can totally use your fingers to blend it in place, but I personally like to just use a brush because I feel like it's a little easier and faster. So I just kind of buff it in with like a smaller tapered brush. This one's the It Cosmetics double-ended brush, and as you can see, it just like diffuses it onto the skin, and it doesn't even look like I have any makeup on. It looks so natural. And also what's great about this is that it is buildable, so if say you blend it and you're like, nope, I need a little more coverage, you can go back and apply more. And another thing is that you can apply this before your foundation or after foundation, so the formula is great for building over makeup as well. Obviously, where I have imperfections, I do like to do this twice just to make sure that it's nice and covered. I just love anything that provides coverage yet still looks beautiful, and actually Mr. Saint Laurent himself was all about enhancing women's natural beauty, so he was all about just like creating products that were going to give you coverage but not look like makeup and just look super natural on the skin. So I definitely appreciate that because I myself am just like not a fan of heavy coverage. I feel like the older I get, the more natural makeup I gravitate towards. Now that I have the base, I'm going to go back and again just pinpoint conceal wherever I have acne and imperfections. Like I said, yesterday I got a facial, so I have all of these little marks. Takes a couple days for the marks to kind of go away. So I'm just building it. And I always break out around my chin, and what's funny is I was complaining to my esthetician yesterday. I go to Afterglow if you're in LA, by the way, and she was saying that a lot of my acne is hormonal because it's under my skin, and that's how you can tell if it's hormonal or not, if it's around this area and it feels like it's under your skin, you know? And I was like, oh, I never knew that. I mean, I know that like this area is mainly hormonal, but I didn't know that like if it's under the skin, that's another way to determine All right, so I see, like right now, if I put on my bronzer and I do the rest of my makeup, I feel good about my skin. I don't feel like I need foundation. So that's why I've been kind of skipping foundation lately, but I do want to try a new one that I got in the mail. So I might just put a little bit, just to try it out. This is the IT Cosmetics foundation. Again, they just came out with this. I unboxed it this morning and I was like, oh, I kind of want to give it a try. So I might put very, very little. And I always start with the hollows of my cheeks because I'm like, if it feels a little heavy, then I can just use it as more of like a contour. And I do have acne scars around this area, so a little bit more coverage there, I don't mind. I'm just using a tiny, tiny amount. So now I'm going to the original formula, which again is more of a lightweight, kind of like a highlighting pen. And the original formula comes in 14 shades and the new formula comes in 16 shades, just so you guys know. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this over my concealer because I do wanna highlight my under eyes. And then I'm also going to apply this kind of on the high points of my cheeks to highlight it. A little bit on top of my nose. Kind of wherever you want to highlight. Cupid's bow, this looks really pretty on the Cupid's bow. And then I'm gonna go back to my brush and I'm just gonna blend it lightly so that I don't move the product too much. So it just brightens the areas. It looks natural, it doesn't look too much, but when the light hits, it definitely highlights it so beautifully. Okay, I think I'm done with the base. I'm gonna powder certain areas, but I love how dewy it looks. It looks very fresh and natural. So I'm just gonna go ahead and powder just a little bit under my eyes and where I have larger pores so that it doesn't get a little too oily throughout the day. For that, I just like to use like a fluffier brush. This one's by Dose of Colors and it's their setting powder brush. And I'm just gonna use the Lawless setting powder and press this right under my eyes and again wherever I have larger pores, just around this area. I like to leave everything else super dewy. Next, I'm gonna move on to my brows because that's another area that I have to tackle right away because they're so sparse. I feel like base and brows and I'm happy, you know? So anyway, I'm gonna use the Glossier Boy Brow. I like using this just because it's so easy for every day, and if you don't have too much time to like fill in your brows, it's just the perfect product. So I'm just going to apply this kind of all over. Not much to think about, which is another thing I love about it. Just very lightly, I'm shaping it. And then brush it up. What a difference. My God, my brows are so sparse. The shade that I'm using is brown. Okay, I feel so much better now. So the next step for me is to give myself a little bit of color because I do look a bit pale, let's admit it. So for every day, I like to use a cream bronzer. Lately, I just feel like cream bronzers just look so much more natural and skin-like. So I'm gonna go in with the Milk Makeup Bronzer, and I've used this a ton before, but it's just a cream bronzer. I do have quite a few others that I like. I like the Fenty Beauty one. I love the NYX Cosmetics one. So there's quite a few, but anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same kabuki brush that I was using and just pick up the product and just buff this onto the skin. And then for my blush, I'm not so picky. I feel like I go between cream, powder, cushion, literally anything that I have around. So right now I'm just gonna use this Kaja one, just keep it in the cream family. This is beautiful, it's called Bossy number 3. And again, I'm gonna use the same kabuki brush, kind of dip it in there and just apply this on the apples of my cheeks. It's super pigmented, so you gotta have a light hand. I think that looks really pretty. And then if I feel like my pores are coming out, which I kind of feel now, I go back to my setting powder and I just set around that area again. And that to me looks so much better. All right, moving on to the eyes. I don't do too much every day for my eyes. I care more about my base, my brows. So for my eyes, I like to just put on a liner, smudge it, and then call it a day. So I like to either use like a regular eyeliner This one's the Persona Cosmetics in bronze, and I either like to use this or I like to use like a jumbo stick of some sort. But anyway, so today I'm just going to use this Persona Cosmetics in bronze, and I like this because it gives a little bit of color and shimmer to the eyes, so it looks like you put in a little effort, even though really we haven't. So I just like to get this all over, really close to the lash line, and it's super creamy, so you can just apply it and then blend with your fingers. And then I just like to blend it. Not a fan of like super precise liners for every day, so I do like to blend it, but if you like more of a precise line, obviously you don't have to blend it. It just looks so effortless when you blend it in place. That's pretty much all I do with the eyes, and then I just throw on some mascara and call it a day. Super easy. I'm gonna curl my lashes. And I'm gonna try this new mascara by Mcgrath. I haven't tried it yet, but it came in the mail and I was like, ooh, gotta try that. This is what it looks like. It's definitely very volumizing. I like it, and this is just one coat. So see how the eyes just look so natural? It doesn't even look like I have eyeliner on because I smudged it, made it look like effortless. To me, I love that for every day. And again, for my base, on most days, I don't even wear the foundation. I just stick to my concealer, blend it, and I'm good to go. But I wanted to be a little fancy for you guys today and like provide a little more coverage. Happy with the eyes. This is pretty much what I would do. If I really want to like do anything more than this, I will put like a little bit of color on my crease because you guys know I have a heavy fold, and that's like a whole thing that I just like to get rid of. I'm just gonna pick up like a light brown shade and just pop it on the crease, just like so. For my lips, I like to just throw on whatever's easy, whatever's nourishing, whatever is gonna be comfortable throughout the day. So today I'm gonna keep it in the YSL fam, and I'm gonna use the YSL Touche Claw. And these guys have been a favorite for so many years. I'm like literally obsessed with them. I feel like everyone needs at least one shade. It's luxurious, the packaging is everything, and it feels so good. This one's engraved with my name on it, so maybe I'll just use this, you know, let's be fancy. This is number 9. My favorite shade is number 44, and I've used 44 maybe like 20 times on my channel, so I won't do that to you guys, okay? Ooh, I kind of like this more now. I feel like the lip is the one thing that I change often in my makeup routine every day, just because otherwise it would get boring, because everything else for the most part stays the same. So I like to have fun with the lips sometimes. But yeah, this is it. I don't do any like lining, or it's like too much work to do like lip liner and all that stuff. Throw the hair down, zhuzh it a little bit. I got a blowout yesterday, so it's still kind of fresh. And that's it. I look put together, natural, dewy. Nothing crazy. So that is it for this video. I had to zoom out so you guys can really see the overall effect. I feel like sometimes when I'm zoomed in, the lights are a little bright, so the makeup looks just a little bit lighter, but this is what it looks like in real life. You can see the blush, you can see the lip color a little bit better. So anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're new, welcome to the fam, subscribe, stick around, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Touche Claw, or whatever colors of the makeup. Wow, I cannot have like a lighter